Timberwolves president of basketball operations, David Kahn. Who is he?
Tell us exactly about this European Blake Griffin.
I don't know. I think Blake Griffin is American Habbas.
The Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant.
The Milwaukee Bucks select Dirk Nowitzki from Würzburg, Germany.
I'm Ricky Rubio. I'm not like anybody else, but
It ain't the end of the world. We're going to see each other again. I mean, I'll send her some flowers or some fruit.
All right, now on the line we have Thomas Robinson, junior forward for the Kansas Jayhawks, one of the premier forwards in college basketball entering the 2011-2012 season. How's it going tonight, Thomas?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing pretty good over here on my end. Just trying to get everyone ready for the college basketball season. It seems like we're going to miss some NBA action, so college basketball is going to be on the forefront for everybody.
Yeah, definitely is.
So you have kind of an interesting setup here with this season. Is you were not necessarily in the shadow of the Morris twins, but they're great players in their own right. So they were out there and they were getting the minutes. Now the minutes kind of fall on you. What kind of a role do you see yourself having this year?
Just right there, more of a team leader for my team. Does that mean basically trying to fill the shoes of the guys left here?
Okay, so just trying to pick up where they left off, right? Okay, so picking up where they left off, and this year Kansas isn't coming in with insane number one in the country ranked expectations. You guys are a little bit lower on the rankings than maybe you guys are used to. You think that's a good thing for this team to be a little bit more under the radar?
Well, me personally, no, because I've been here for the past 2 years where the team's ranked number one, but at the same time, I do think it's a good thing, to come in kind of, with the chip on our shoulder, trying to prove something more than, having a target on our back. It'll probably be a little better to play this way than, usually everybody hunts for you, and now we're the hunters this year.
Yeah, exactly, and then that's a good point to be at, is to actually be the hunters instead of being the hunted, and you don't have the teams trying to creep up on you and take your spot, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So how would you assess this Kansas team? I mean, looking at it from the outside in, you guys don't have maybe all the marquee names, but you guys have some really good players. How would you rate this Kansas team of the three teams that you've now played with?
I would say that we will get to that point. We will get back to the point where we're a top team again. But at the same time, I would just say that what it can describe us right now is, it's a big question mark, because we have good players, but we don't know what they're going to do yet. We have players that's good, but haven't played the role that, they have their things to do for the past 2 years. So, we're just a young team, but, once everything gets rolling, by the time conference come around or, mid-season, we'll be back to, that top team that, everybody used to see.
Are you being looked at as one of the leaders since you've been there for 3 years and been in a pretty big role after last year?
Definitely being looked at as one of the team leaders, just because I know what's going on and I know what to expect, and most of our guys don't.
What has Coach asked of you so far, Coach Self? Has he told you to take that role, or is that something you kind of took upon yourself?
I said pretty much both. I already expected it, and, I already look forward to it, and, it's also something that he expects from me to do. It is kind of a no-brainer, when it comes to, he's coming back this year. As far as me and Tashawn and being here, for the past 3 years, that we are obviously the leaders of the team.
And you guys lose a lot of your offensive punch. If people aren't real familiar with the Kansas Jayhawks, they're losing Brady Morningstar, you guys are losing the Morris twins, and you guys are losing Josh Selby. So you guys are losing a lot of talent, but other guys like Elijah Johnson, Tyshawn Taylor, Thomas Robinson, you guys have a chance to step up into the forefront as well as the freshman recruiting class. Actually, talk a little bit about those 2 point guards, Elijah Johnson and Tyshawn Taylor. Talk about their differences and what makes them great players.
I might be pretty biased when it comes to those two, but, I think they're 2 of the best guards in the country. Definitely, they're both one of the most athletic guards, I ever seen. As far as Tyshawn, him getting up and down the court is amazing in the time that he does it, and Elijah, with the jumping ability that he has and, being able to read the offense and see the floor the way he does, it's definitely also another dangerous thing. And to have those 2 on the floor at the same time is another good thing for us. We might be losing shooters, but, we lose shooters like Tyrell Brady, but at the same time, we have still a threat back there, with Tashawn and Elijah.
So is it going to be a double point guard backcourt, or is there going to be one coming off of the bench? What do you see with that team?
No, definitely a two-headed monster with those two.
Okay. And then so you and the paint kind of taking control. Like I said, you weren't necessarily in a shadow, but those were great players, so they had to get some minutes. Your game's going to evolve. You're going to see your minutes jump up, and you're going to see you become one of the better players on that team, if not the best player on that team. What have you been doing this summer to improve and show that you deserve those minutes?
Just as far as working on my game, just trying to expand my game to, become a more all-around player. So with the fact that I could be, not so easily guarded. So I've just been trying to expand my game as far as, my 18-foot jump shot and just to put the ball more on the floor and just be more all-around, I don't want to be one-dimensional as a player, So, that would make me easy to guard. So I've just been working on that and just try to be a better playmaker.
Yeah, because you're already, in most eyes, a great rebounder. You're great around the basket because you're so athletic and so strong. What have you done specifically that has improved the face-up game, the ball handling, and the playmaking?
Just reps, just reps and reps over and over again. Just working on my shot and other things as far as that when it comes to those moves.
If they back off of you, are you going to be like Amari Stoudemire in his fourth year in the league where he just started knocking down the 18-foot jumpers?
That's what I expect, and I've been working on it for a long time now, so hopefully that's what it turns into.
Yeah, not a bad comparison to turn yourself into if you can end up knocking down the jump shot and doing everything else that you've been doing. Does Coach Self want you to stay in the paint, or does he like it that you're going to become more all around and do those things?
Whatever works best for our team, then that's pretty much what he'll agree with.
That's good. So yeah, the Kansas team definitely underrated, and you improving yourself, and a lot of that improvement probably came from that LeBron camp. What do you think are the biggest things you took from being able to play at the LeBron camp?
Just probably getting to learn more stuff that I didn't know about the game, from the older coaches that was there, and the fact that having the chance to compete against other good players at the camp. I definitely took some from that, playing against those other good guys all summer. I also built a friendship with them, but at the same time, had to play against some really good competition that helped me.
Yeah, and you're playing against some of the elite talents like the Jared Sellingers of the world, right?
Yeah.
What did you pick up off of his game? Because you guys are a little different. He's more of the position himself. He's going to out-physical you to get the rebound, and you're more athletic. Did you guys learn anything from each other as far as little tricks, little crafts?
Yeah, definitely. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely. But, Jared would tell me, all the time, probably, use the hook shot, or, like you say, he's more the traditional big man, and I'm more like, athletic, play-type big man, but we definitely been helping each other all summer. Jared's a real cool dude, and, he was teaching me some things, and I just tell him, dump more, he'll tell me, pump fake more, and things like that, but, I definitely learned something from him over the summer.
Two of the better players at the position making each other better over the summer. Scary thought. So you guys actually get the chance to square off against each other in December. You guys are going to be playing against Ohio State at home, right?
Yep, definitely. Definitely going to be a real big game.
Is that, I know you guys got a lot of big games. You're going to Maui. You're going to New York, to Madison Square Garden to play in a couple of different tournaments. What do you think is the biggest game circled on your schedule? Is it Ohio State, or is it one of those tournament games?
I don't want to point out any game. Any game I go into, I'm going to try to come out with the W. So all of them are important to me. But, as being a kid and watching basketball and growing up and seeing the Maui tournament, playing the game and, playing Maui tournament, definitely Maui tournament would be something big that I have highlighted on my schedule because, I think it's a part of almost every kid, to want to play in Maui and to be, a player at that tournament.
Yeah, and you saw it last year. Kemba Walker, smallest guy on the court, put his team on his back and had an amazing tournament run, and something that you get to see every year in Maui. Just great tournament basketball, and a lot of amazing teams that are going to be out there with Arizona and Duke and Memphis, Georgetown, Michigan, as well as your guys yourself. Just a lot of great teams for some great basketball.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a great tournament.
Now, not to lose the focus of the season, because I definitely, looking forward to the college basketball season, but what does this season mean to you from an individual perspective? Is there some goals that you've set for yourself, some things that you're targeting getting yourself here this season?
For me, I just take the season as a respect factor.